the 1st of May, Rabbi Levitt, Gemora.
Because on the computer it requires me to put the password. On the phone it didn't. Which is better. It's easier.
Okay, good morning, Phil. Hold toe. Okay, we are. Let's see, where were we up to? Oh yeah, we were trying to figure out this this Gemora over here. Okay, how about if we start from the beginning again over here on Ha'omer Sama Es Eini. Got the place? It's right across. It's a Tosfos Dibur Maskil Raminhi. We're not doing that Tosfos, but right across from there is the line of the Gemora that we're going to start with over here. And this is Tzadi Gimel Amid Aleph, 93a,
Okay.
middle of the page, little couple lines below the middle of the page. And the Gemora is going to go into this matter of is Shimon Potter when Levi tells him to injure him. So we had so far in the Mishnah that we did, it had a case of Kates Yadi, Shavres Ragli, Chayev, Amanas Liftor Chayev. Doesn't matter. Even if the victim says, and you'll be putter, still if the person goes ahead and injures him, the person will be chayev. With injury to his goof. Then the Mishnah said, Koras Ksusi, Shavres Kadi, Chayev, Amanas Liftor Potter. If he says, break my or tear my garment, break my vessel, he's going to be chayev if he does so. But if the person says Amanas Liftor, you'll be putter if you do, so then he actually is putter. So now the Gemara wants to clarify these dinim over here. What, in other words, we see that in reference to his own goof, even if the victim says Amanas Liftor, the assailant is nevertheless chayev. But if the person says break my vessel and Amanas Liftor, and he breaks the vessel, he will be exempt. So the Gemara wants to know what's the difference. Why is he exempt in the case of the breaking the vessel, but he's not exempt in the case of doing injury to the body of the person, even though he said Amanas Liftor. Okay, so that's where we're going to start from. Amalei Rav Asi Bar Hama, the Rava. Okay, so Roy, would you like to start reading for us?
All right. From what?
93A2,
Then the bottom.
left-hand column, second to the last paragraph.
Amalei Rav Ami Bahama. Thank you. Rav Asi Bahama said to the Rabba, May Risha the May Shana Shana Sefer. What's all right? Sorry. Right. What's the difference between the first part of this Mishnah and the last part? And then it goes down there and says, Omar lay, Rabba said to Rav Asiba, Rashay, Rishon, Lefi, Sha'ain, Adam, Machel al Rashay, Avarim. Because Rabba said to Ravasi, in the first part, the case of bodily damage and stipulation is not effective because a person does not forgive damage that tips of his limbs, no matter what he says.
Right.
The Gemara, right? Go on, or
yeah, let's go on because there's a Rashi over here, but seems to be Rashi is better understood if we'll learn it after we see the next few lines.
okay. Omale, Ravasi Bahama said to Rabba, V'chi Adam Machal al Tzara. But by the same logic, would a person forgive his pain if it was caused by an injury? So it says here, obviously not. Yet we know that the stipulation to that effect is valid. Tanya, for it's been taught in a brisa, Tanya, Hachine Petzaini al Manas Lifto. If one says to his fellow, hit me or strike me, adding on condition that there will be no liability, the assailant is not liable. Apparently, a person's stipulation of non-liability should be taken seriously, even if it concerns physical pain. The Gemara records Rabba's response, Ishtik, he was silent. Omar Madi, Shemia Baha, and Rabba then asked Rav Asi Chama, did you hear anything about the issue, about this issue? Go on, or?
Yeah, let's see the.
Rav Asi Bar Chama replies, Omar Lay, he said to him, Hochi Omar Rav Sheshes. This is what Rav Sheshes said. And Mishum Pagam Mishpurcha, because blinding an eye, etc., results in a disgrace for the victim's family, and the victim has no right to waive that.
Okay, so right. As opposed to pain and suffering, that's not a blemish that is that the family is affected by, and so therefore the person himself he could exempt the assailant by saying and you'll be patur amanas liftor. Okay, let's see Rashi. We have two Rashis over here. Amanas Liftor is the first one. It's the third line of Rashi. Third wide line.
Third wide line.
Omar Lifti, is that it? Or Almane Liftor? Oh, I see.
Yeah, Amanas Liftor.
So,
Condition that.
Oh, I let you in, Phil.
I'm on twice here. Once is the phone and once is the computer. What would you rather me be on?
Oh, this. Maybe I'll unmute. Oh.
You should leave yourself on the phone, Phil. Your other one is, we can't see you.
Well, I didn't put it on video. I do this and you see it. I'll rather be phone.
Okay,
So
turn off the phone. Turn off the phone.
Take one. Turn off the phone.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me. I did leave on.
Liftor.
Doesn't want to leave the phone.
Oh, did it. You got it. But we can't hear you.
I think he might be frozen.
He's on silent.
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 Liftor. Liftor.
Phil, you're muted.
You're muted. You're on silent.
Yeah, but he's also frozen.
Oh,
He probably inadvertently killed his computer session. He'll probably come back in a minute.
okay. So Lou, you want to, in the meantime, you want to read Amanas Liftor?
Almanas Liftor on condition that.
Okay, I'm back on the computer now. Computer's
Okay.
back. And I'm
Okay,
unmuted.
good.
Okay. Who wants to be
Hashem.
Al-Manas Niftor, or on condition that he will be putter. Al-Manas Shetehei Pater, on the condition that he will be putter for doing that. And then, because Rabba says, "Lefisha ein adam mochel al rashei aver." A man's not going to be forgiving on taking off the tips of his limbs, blinding him and his foot and stuff like that. That he can't be putter on. And the Braita lo kasha, the Braisa is the Braisa is not going to be a problem. The al-saro because a man can forgive the payment for the pain, but he can't the nezek caused to the limbs. He can't forgive that. He can't putter that, even if he says I'll not putter on that.
Right. So when
And it's Sa'aro, the next line on the Rashi is Sa'aro is the kav ke'ev maka, the pain that he got from getting that thing.
right. Okay, so that's what we have so far. We have that for Roshei Evorim, for making the person a Baal Mum, that he's not able to be mochel on, and we said that was because Rav Shesha said it's because of Pagam Mishpacha, because the Pagam to the Mishpacha, the blemish on the family is he cannot be mochel that. He cannot be mochel that. But for his own pain as a result of a blow that was dealt to him, that he could be mochel on, and therefore if he says Amanas Liftor, that's the Braisa that was quoted. Hikani Patsani Amanas Liftor is potter. Okay. Okay, so now we're gonna go further. Alan, you want to read? Itmar.
Malay,
Itmar Ravoshia Omar.
which,
93A2, right-hand column,
oh, okay.
second from the last paragraph. The Gemora cites.
All right, the Gemara cites a three-way dispute at this point. Itmar, it was stated, Rabbi Oshaya Omar, Rabbi Oshaya said, Mishum Pugam or the stipulation of non-liability for blinding, etc., is not effective because there's a disgrace to the victim's family that the victim cannot waive. Rava Amar, Rava said, Mishum She'ain or Dom, no fail, al, or She, a Borim, Shelo, it is not effective because a person does not regardless of what he says. Rabbi Yochanan Omar, Rabbi Yochanan said, a person's stipulation of non-liability could be effective for any kind of damage, even permanent injury. However, a person's spoken stipulation cannot always be taken at face value. Yesh hain shehu kalei. There is a yes that is like a no. V'yesh lain shehu kahen, and there is a no that is like a yes. Thus, the rulings in our Mishnah depend on the way the victim waived liability.
Okay, let's see. The Rashi, I guess the first two opinions are clear. Rav Oshia is the same as Rav Sheshes. He said the reason that you can't be mochel is because of Pagam Mishpacha. That accords with what we said in the name of Rav Sheshes. And then Rava, that's what Rava answered back the Ravasi Bar Chama. The person himself, nothing to do with the Pagam Mishpacha, nothing to do with the Mishpacha. The person himself does not mochel for the severing of his own Roshei Avari, parts of his goof. So that's the view of Rava. So even if he said so, he doesn't mean it. He doesn't mean it. And now we come to this what Rav Yochanan said. What Rav Yochanan says is a bit difficult to understand what he's saying over here. There's a no which is a yes. There's a yes which is a no. Let's see what that's referring to over here in Rashi. Rashi's going to explain us.
Adam
Yeah.
mochel al hakol umetanisin lehu.
That's lav.
What?
That's lav. Nisan. The Mishnah doesn't.
A man will forgive concerning everything, and our Mishnah does not. What is this abbreviation?
The Omalei.
It does not. It does not say
that it says Omalei, that he says to him.
a nechbal lechoval kata es yadi al minas shetahi patur ella kata es yadi stama v'amar le chovel al minas liftor klomar amor li ata al minas sheyeh patur. All right, let's see if we can translate that. This is a long Rashi. So it doesn't say what is nichbal?
The one who's had the chavala done to him. He's the
wounded one.
injured party.
yeah.
Okay, so it doesn't say that the injured party lechovel is obligated.
No, the one who does the wounding, the guy who's wounding him. The injurer says to the guy.
The injurer, and what is kata?
It cuts off. Cut off.
Cut off. Es yadi, my hand. Almanas, on condition shetehe, that it will be pater, that you'll be exempt. Ella, rather, kata, cut off, es yadi, my hand, stama. He just says cut off my hand. He doesn't say on condition. The amar le chovel, and the damager says to him, almanas liftor, on condition that I'm exempt. Klomar, amor, as to say that he says, as to say, amorli, say to me, ata al manas, you on condition shehiyeh pater, that you will be exempt. V'amar le, and he says to him, Heyach hein v'kamal. I don't know what's kamal.
Kamashmalan. That's what Kamashmalan, you learn from it.
Oh, kamashmalan. It doesn't say. This is as we derive masnisin, as our Mishnah derives diyesh hein shahu kulahu. There are those that there is all of them. That is all of them. Ukagon the masma asamuhe. For example, I don't know what demasma is.
Mitama atmuhe. He's astonished. He's in total astonishment. He's saying the words, Heyach hein. Right? The person said, oh, so if I cut off your arm, so you'll exempt me from any responsibility for doing so, won't you? And the person answers, Heyach hein. And Rashi says here is where the person is he's just expressing astonishment, total astonishment at the questioners, thinking that he'll say yes, serious yes, you're absolutely exempt, absolutely sure.
So heachen means are you crazy?
Of course.
Is that right?
Yeah, right. It's a hein which is a lav. hein over here doesn't mean they, it means it's Aramaic for yes. Hein means yes, and lav means no. So this is a yes, which is a no.
And what's the last word? Ismuha?
Yeah, it's just a double. It's a double lashon over there. It's a double expression of it's the same word of tamia. The shorish is tuf mem hey.
I see.
So it's like he's saying, yeah, you think I'm going to say yes to this? Here's your yes. Heach actually means here, yes. And he means to, but he doesn't really mean yes. He doesn't mean yes at all. He's expressing he's expressing astonishment that the person could think that that he would be willing to exempt them of any liability in such a case. So what's coming out, according to what Rashi is explaining Rabbi Yochanan over here, is that Masnisen, the Mishnah loved the Amarle Nechba Lechovel, but as Yodi, Aminas Shitzie Potter. The Mishnah is not talking about a case where the victim said to the assailant, yes, cut off my arm and my hand, and you will be exempt. Because if the person volunteers to say that to the assailant, so then that's a much harder case to say that he didn't mean what he said. But so therefore Rashi is understanding that what Rabbi Yochanan is talking about is that the assailant asked the victim, will you exempt me if I do this to you? And then the assailant, rather the victim is just saying, hey, here it is. Here's your yes. Yeah, you could take this yes and you could take it to the bank. See how much they give you for this yes that I'm telling you. A big fat zero, says Rabbi Yochanan. So this is a case where somebody who says hein, and really we have to understand that what he means is lav. You certainly will not be exempt if you do that to me. Okay. Next Rashi.
That's not simple to say when is the yes not a yes, when is the yes a yes, when is the yes a no? How do you know? This guy's saying something to you. How do you just all of a sudden say, hey, I didn't really mean that? Well, you said it.
Well, Rashi is saying that he's explaining that the Nechbal never really do this to me, Almanas Liftor, and you'll be exempt for it. That's the first thing that Rashi says in his comment over here. Masnisin Lav, the Mishnah is not talking about a case where the Nechbal says to the assailant, please do me a favor, cut off my hand, and you will and return for doing that, you will be exempt. That's not how it works. If he would, it's the assailant is is questioning the victim. That's what Rashi says. Elakota es yodi stama. All the victim actually said, says Rashi, was kotali yadi. Cut off my hand. He didn't say anything about whether you're going to be exempt for it. And then the Chovel, the assailant, asked him, Amanas liftor? He's the one that used those words. On condition that I will be exempt if I do so. And then the victim said, Heyach hein. And that's what Rashi concludes, Kamash Milan, the Mishnah is coming to teach us, Milan Masnisin, the Yesh Hein, Shehu Kalav, that there is a yes, which is really to be interpreted as a no. Okay. Now let's see how Rashi explained that. So that's what it says in the Mishnah, according to Rashi, according to Rabbi Yochanan, according to how Rabbi Yochanan is explaining. And now let's go to the next Rashi, Hikani Petsani. This is the words from the Brisa. That the Brisa said, Hikani Petsani, Amanas Liftor, Potter. So we have to know who said this to who. Because the Brisa says that the assailant is going to be Potter in this case. So let's see how Rashi explains this, the case of the Brisa.
Amar Le, he said to him, Zeh.
Who said what to who?
The victim said to the assailant, this is on condition that you're exempt. Va'amar nechbal, and the assailant said,
If I was the one who's getting injured.
oh, and the victim said, Hain. Okay, so maybe the first one is the assailant saying to the victim. Must be Amar Le, the
assailant says, I want the condition.
on condition that you're exempt, that I'm exempt.
And he says, yes.
And now the victim says to the assailant, yes. Yesh Hain, there is a yes. Shahu Kulahu, that it, all of it, itma chayiv, that he is obligated. The benich osa ha'adre patur. What is ha'adre?
Answers him.
What?
He benichusa ahadre. If he answers him benichusa.
Oh, if he answers him benichusa. What's benichusa?
Oh, yeah. I was wondering why I didn't ask that question. What's nichusa over here? Generally, nichusa means a support, as opposed to an attack. It's a support.
Oh, if his answer is support. If it's a supportive answer, in other words.
He's not, in other words, I think it means the opposite of a sarcastic, astonished yes. He's giving a supportive yes, a real yes.
Right. In that case, he's putter. the assailant is putter. Uvaraisa, and in the brisa, lael, that is above, the katani that we learned, hachni upetsuni, hachi upetsuni. What does that mean? That's the Dibur Maskil.
Right. Hikani to strike me, Patsani to wound me.
Strike me and wound me. Almanas, on condition, leave tour that you're exempt. Putter, he's exempt. Be de Amar, in that he said, Nechbal, the damager, Kule, all of it. Milsa, all of these words,
Right.
Hakani, Ubatsuni, hit me, damage me, Almanas, on condition, leaf tour that you're exempt, Daha Vadai, Doka, Dafka, Amarle, that this certainly he specifically said to him.
Yeah, it means what he says, dafka. Like when somebody says lav dafka, you translate it like, not necessarily. He didn't. He said the words, but it's not necessarily that he really means them, so to speak. But here we're saying dafka. He said the words and he means what he says, and this is what Rashi is saying over here. Is he's talking about the brisa that Rava answered, or actually that was the brisa that Ravasi Bar Chama, he
A little bit, and sometimes during the day, and then cools down at night.
he brought this brisa, and it says over there putter, without any qualification. He's putter. Doesn't matter this, doesn't matter that. Doesn't matter whether he meant it, whether he was astonished. He's putter. We don't make any qualification. So Rashi over here says the brisa is talking. If you take a look, the brisa is not talking about a case where the victim asked whether he will exempt the assailant. He is telling the assailant to do this, and he's saying Almanas Liftor. He's saying everything, and like that, Rashi says that's the language of the brisa, and like that, in that case, we can assume that the person means dafka, he means what he says. He's
So I'm
a
confused.
serious.
What's the difference between the two Rashis?
I have to leave now. Can't be well.
Okay, all the best,
Take care,
Phil.
take care,
Okay,
bye.
Phil, take care.
Okay.
Yeah, it's 12:30. I guess I better go too.
Okay, we better all go.
Yeah, because Rabbi Moore will be coming.
Chodesh Tov.
Okay, thank you, Rabbi.
Gemora.
Appreciate it very much.
To be continued. Okay.